So, I guess it was a couple of weeks ago, somebody in the comments section on one of my videos asked me if I would do a video on winter watches. I wasn't familiar with winter watches at all. Still really am not, and that's why I figured maybe what I'd do is just kind of order a couple of them if they weren't too expensive, or one of them. In this case, they were $20 each plus tax. I think it was free shipping. They did come from China, and so sometimes these things get here really quick, sometimes not so much, but this just showed up. And instead of doing, say for example, what I typically do is do an unboxing, wear the watch for about a week or so, and then get a feel for it, size it up, do what I need to do, and then give my opinion. I think in this video what I'm going to do though is just kind of do everything at once and show you, just kind of do what I normally do as far as doing the measurements on it. I won't do that ahead of time. I'll just do that right on camera. So it'll be this unboxing, it'll be the measurements, the dimensions, it'll be timing machine. I want to see, because that's another thing I like to do with new watches, is put it on the timing machine to see how well it comes out fresh from the factory. So I did get two, like I said. There's just a little card. Same thing in that one. So both of them have leather straps. One has a white dial, one has a black dial. And they do feel heavy. I believe they're 42 millimeters. And that's another thing I'm going to do, is put it on my 6.5-inch wrist and show you how they look. So anyway, there are the boxes that they came in. All right, so when I'm in the other room, what I'll do is I'll put these down for right now, take off the tabs, or the tags, take off the plastic that's on them, shuffle them off into the other room and get you measurements. All right, we're going to take a look at the measurements on these things. We've got the calipers here. They're both identical cases. .4. This one's coming up at 41.69. Let me go back and do the black one again. .64. Lug to lug, I'm just going to do, because they are both identical, model number is 458. Model number is 458. So I will just focus on one. These, I would imagine, are not handmade, so they're not going to have 47.08, 47.08 lug to lug. Lug width 22, say 21.89, but say 22. Thickness 14.2. That can't be right. 14.22. All right, so those are the measurements. Let me move the calipers out of the way. All right, as you can see, possibly, maybe not. Let me turn on this light. Now you can see a little bit better, even though you can see the reflection of the light in the black one. The patterning on the dials is identical. The numerals are identical, just reversed. They both have the date at the 3 o'clock. It does have a quick set date, so if you pull it out to the first position, you should be able to do it. There is no second hand hacking, so if you pull it all the way out, it's not going to stop the second hand. And as you can see, with the white dial, you have the blue hands. And the numerals are almost a silverish color. On the black dial, you have white hands, white markers. Both of them have the exhibition back. It says stainless steel back, so I'm going to make the assumption that this is in fact base metal, mineral crystal. Alright, time to take it to the timing machine. Taking a look at, this is the one with the black dial on the timing machine, and it actually looks pretty good. As you can see, there's really no beat error. Just a nice straight line, plus 4 seconds, that is dial up. You can see it's running at 21,600 BPH. So let's do pendant up. Now we are starting to get a beat error of 0.2 milliseconds. And we're at plus 3 seconds a day, not bad. We will go dial down. The beat error should correct itself here in a second. 2.1 milliseconds, and we're losing 3 seconds a day dial down. Now we're losing 9 seconds. Still not bad for a $20 watch. All right, now we are at pendant. Let's see, let's do pendant right. I'm going to let it correct itself here for a second. I'm not getting any rate. I know it is running fast. You can see that. Yeah, so plus 25 seconds, beat error of 0.5 milliseconds. Beat error is not bad all the way around. It's kind of all over the place in the different positions. Obviously, dial up seems to be the best. Now, I'm not going to go through all the positions. Even though now we are back to dial up, it should correct itself. All right, so let's pull this one out. Set that one there, and we will grab the white dial. Let's see how well we do with this. Alright, not looking as good on the white dial. Got a whole lot of noise, and it's losing a lot of time. And then we got a beat error of 0.3 milliseconds. And in the dial up position, it's losing 37 seconds a day. Okay, the noise has gone away. That's probably just remnants of me putting it in there, so that's fine. All right, so let's go to pendant up. still losing a lot of time. Beat errors 0.3 millisecond minus 54. And there is a lot of noise. All right, let's go dial down. Not a whole lot of noise. That looks like it's going to be a lot better as far as the beat goes. Yep, there it drops to 0. We're still at, it seems to be fairly consistent as far as the rate goes. So that should be able to be adjusted pretty nicely. All right, let's do this. Let's turn it to pendant right. Still a lot of noise. Beat error is perfect. So it's saying minus 52 seconds a day. So this one can be adjusted a lot easier. Don't know where the noise is coming from. But as far as the beat goes, that's not bad. If I can see if there's a way to adjust, I'm going to be able to see, and this thing's what I'm doing now is seeing if there's a way to correct the beat. It does look like it is adjustable timing and beat. All right, time to put it on my wrist. The black one on my 6.5 inch wrist. This is not something that I would have ordered for myself. Somebody, like I mentioned in the unboxing, suggested that I do it because on my 6.5 inch wrist with the smaller bezel, just over 14 millimeters thick and over 41 millimeters, this is a large watch on my wrist. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. I will put the one with the white dial on my wrist and I will show you that, and then I will give you my opinion. The one with the white dial on my wrist, again, 6.5 inch wrist, to see how it looks. And that lug to lug just bites at me. The white dial, I think on my wrist, even though it's the same size, same case, it just looks bigger. My opinion, I think the dial looks better, but I think this one optically to me just looks larger than the one with the black dial. So now what I'll do is I'll take them both off, put them next to each other, and just give you my honest opinion. Again, honestly, I knew what the dimensions were before I ordered them, so I knew they were going to be large. And this is one that I did a review on. This is only 40 millimeters. This is a dress Hamilton Valiant, and this one wears large. And mainly because with these dress watches, sport watches I can wear larger, is you have the larger dial and you have the smaller bezel, and then of course the lug to lug. Sports watches lug to lug can be forgiving on my 6.5 inch wrist. I just think these at over 14 millimeters thick and over 41 millimeters case size is too big for me. I'm not speaking for everybody, because there are people who have, smaller wrists like mine, that do like large watches, do like thick watches. And then of course you have people with larger watches in which something like this is going to wear a lot better. It's not my place to say you should or shouldn't get it. The movement, I tried to see what kind of information I could find on what kind of movement was used. I really didn't have any luck. I do prefer the dial and the hands on the white, but again, like I said, when it was on my wrist, it just optically looked excuse me, bigger than the one with the black dial. And if I'm not mistaken, I looked at this one. This would be nitpicking through the loop. I'm going to do this real quick. I just want to make sure that I'm saying the correct thing before I point it out and show you. Yeah, okay. Let me see if this is something that you can see through the lens, but right down in here, whatever they painted it with, I don't know if you can see it, there's just kind of a little strand of white that comes out. Now again, it's a $20 watch. It's $20 each, $19.99 for a starter watch, for a first watch. If you just want a bang around watch, I don't think you can beat that. I honestly don't. And I was looking at reviews. I was trying to find out what other people were saying, because this is not a long term. This is just, I never wore these or put them on my wrist before today. People were talking about the spring bars breaking, which is not a big issue. Those are very cheap. I didn't really see anything about the bands, that the bands were falling apart. I really don't know what else to say. I mean, these things could last a very long time, and it's possible they may not. If the markers are set on there, the markers may fall off, they may not. One of the things that I think is good is that they don't have the window around the date. That's a good thing, because that is one of the problems. Even with decent watches, after a while, if they're dropped or something, those will start to fall off. The emblem, I can see that is raised. I'm not sure, you know, because what was that Citizen, that old Citizen that I had, one from the 60s, I don't remember what it's called. It's in the living room right now in a display box. But even on that, the 12 o'clock marker was missing. So it's not something that's, you know, relegated to inexpensive watches, this kind of thing happening. My opinion is, for me, these are not the watches for me. For somebody else who understands the size of the watch, who knows the size of their wrist, who feels that, or just decides, hey, you know, at 20 bucks, why not? And I wouldn't blame them. I would not blame them at all. So that's my overall opinion. One of them was doing a little bit better in the, as far as the timing goes, it was kind of all over the place. Dial up is in the best position. This one was, I believe I'm saying that in the correct order. I honestly don't remember which one I had in there first. But anyway, the one that was losing 50 seconds a day, probably close to a minute a day, which is not good. You should be able to, actually I'm in here now, I have the loop. I want to see if this is something that you can just take off the back and adjust. Well, I know you can adjust the, well, that rotor doesn't want to get out of the way. I'm looking at the black one under the loop. Well, you can adjust the timing, maybe not the beat, but the beat was okay. So on the timing on these things, you know, the one that was losing 50 some seconds a day, you can adjust that. You know, if you have a timing machine and if you're careful and know what you're doing, you can adjust the timing on it and get it accurate. It'll get you through the day. You stick it in a winder and grab it a week later, you're not going to have any luck. Well, anyway, so that's my opinion. You saw it in the timing machine straight out of the box. I've given you the dimensions. I will let you decide. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, click like, subscribe, comment. Thanks for watching. Bye.